If cash flow is all about money, then most of the business wouldn't feel this stress. I know a lot of businesses which have revenues coming in, money coming in, orders waiting for them, but still they have a cash flow problem. So today we are going to talk on the same thing. No GAM, no solutions, just on the topic what cash flow actually means. So when people hear cash flow problem, the important thing or the immediate thing what comes to their mind is money problem. But that's not actually the situation. Cash flow means it's uncertainty, delay, no clarity. So you actually do not know when you're going to get the money, but you know when the money has to go out. And that's a cash flow problem. It's not always the deficit of money in your business. So where the real pressure comes from, it's not for the money. It's at the background, you know that there are things needs to be paid and commitments are there, bills are dues, and you know that needs to be paid off, right? But you know that there is no money coming in. But at the same time, you know the money has to go out, and that stresses you out. Because of which there is a math which goes behind your head. You know, I need to pay this, I need to pay that, knowing the fact there is a cash flow problem. You know the money is coming, but you don't know when, what time. And because of this, somewhere it goes in your background, in your subconscious mind, that who should I disappoint today? Or who should I tell to wait this time? Or maybe again. People usually believe that once revenue comes, things will be stabilized. But technically, it doesn't happen that way. You know what? When the revenue comes, it becomes more worse because now you have a lot of other things to go through it. Maybe the execution, because if the revenue is coming, the customer would be expecting it to happen faster. And you know that there is an execution running behind it. So, cash flow problem is not the revenue coming in. Cash flow problem is the management. It's about the structure. This kind of pressure is quiet. I know I have been going through this, or I had experienced this in my business also. It becomes very difficult. You go silent. You do not have answers. A lot of things going in the background. You do not know how to manage. But at the same time, your sales have to go on. Your revenue has to go on. And now you are in the mid of a fight where you need to manage the cash flow and also bring the revenue. And that's where you go in a very different mode where you do not know clearly whether you should be working on the sales or maybe revenue, or whether you should be working on the cash flow management. And that's where most of the entrepreneurs, or especially if I talk small business owners or maybe solopreneurs, find these kind of problems. I have also been going through, or I had gone through this in the past. And when the mental block or mental stays for a longer time, that's when things change and the responsibilities change. And you know how to, or maybe this is the time when you figure out how to work things that way. So, more about this in the next episode. Till then, this is me still building, and I'll share what happens next. Have a good day. Bye bye.